Me and Jesse were in Austin for Chilluminati not too long ago, and before we had different flights, but before we left, we went and got breakfast. Man,
you know what, Texas? You
Texas,
do a good, let's say, hearty brunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin, Houston, San Antonio.
Dude, so
all
what
great
I want to show
food.
you is like this game incentivizes you to kill creatively. Like if you throw this guy under, you get rewarded with a big coins.
You get big monies. Yeah, that's lit. We love that.
And the lesson I think there is kill people creatively. You get paid for it.
I think the lesson is like try to make something really good and with love, and it will be like richer. And fucking dumbasses will be talking about it later with Chewy bars in the internet 30 years later.
Yeah.
Because of how good of a job you did.
I probably was gnawing on a Chewy bar as a kid playing this game.
Rip to the decks. Don't say rip to the decks, Kel says.
Don't say.
How did you come up with that on the spot? I mean, it's barely anything. It's barely a recipe. It's just onions and bacon and cheese. Alex's Rolf impression gives me life. I go full unhealthy with the chocolate-covered Chewy bars.
Also, you guys can't see him, but Snoopy's here.
Yeah, speaking of dogs. Hey, Snoop.
He's.
Hey, don't come over here. You're a good boy.
No, there's too many.
You're a good boy.
There's too many. What do you call it? Wires.
Good boy, Snoop. Go lay down. Good
Also,
boy.
your family and anything completionist equipment related it's not a good track record.
Dude, I was there. Hey, go lay down, Snoop.
Snoopy,
go on. You're all right.
Nope.
Just don't knock over anything.
You're not in trouble.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a very good boy.
Sometimes too good of a boy.
Snoopy, you might be the best boy there is. Look at that. He went and he got his water. He knows where it is.
He drinks his water just as loud as his old man. I love his determined poop face before he drops.
I love that. That's how Wario rolls. Love that. Though a marinated wolffish is a great thing. Whew, my God. Arnar with the real shit.
You know what I've been doing for breakfast the last couple days?
What?
Bulletproof coffee.
All the way with the butter and everything?
Yeah, just grass-fed unsalted butter and MCT oil. I will tell you, people were like, "Oh, it's so good," but it's not as good as just coffee
Like
black.
good ass coffee, yeah.
But I feel great after it.
But B-U-T-T. Here's what's up. Get good coffee.
Yeah, get good coffee, and then just accept that you're gonna accidentally become a snob, sort of, and
It's not a snob. Like, when you find something and it's good, you're like, oh, now I understand why this is even a thing.
yeah. But then when you have lesser coffee, don't be surprised when you get heartburn and
Like, you know how crazy it is that so many people love truffle fries and shit, and they've never tried truffle?
an actual.
Like, nothing that they've ever put in their mouth has ever come from a truffle anywhere at all. Maybe. Most likely in America.
Is the truffle stuff not actually
Truffle oil? No, it's not. It's synthetic, bro.
What?
Yep. I mean, there is real truffle oil.
They don't just
But it's expensive because it comes from truffles.
They don't just infuse. Okay, here we go.
It's truffles. Truffles are expensive.
What is this, guys? Okay. Oh my god.
Enjoy the good things in life if you can. Yeah, there's that song, Louis Prima. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. It's good. Dude,
Okay.
Wario looks bad when he's not big.
Dude, when he's little, he has a mohawk.
He looks like he's he's made some mistakes.
What is the what are we supposed to take away from the shrinking? Is there a real world analog? Is that a metaphor for something?
Shrinking?
Or is it just you know what? It's magical. It's a magical toadstool, so you get bigger.
If you let's say you had some bulletproof coffee, right? You're feeling good. I would say maybe your self image gets a little bigger when you have bulletproof coffee.
So it's not. It's like a metaphor.
Yeah, when they put Neo back in the Matrix and he looks like an old man and it does something to him. You know? That's kind of what the vibe is. You want to change your self-perception. If you get hit, your self-perception goes down. I don't know why you turn into a weird Italian dark Mr. T, but to each their own. To each Wario.
Or was it as simple as one of the programmers was wouldn't it just be kind of funny?
Definitely yes. Why in WarioWare is there a man who kind of looks like Mario and a man who kind of looks like Bowser shooting fireballs at each other in a Street Fighter setting. Somebody thought it would be hilarious. Dude, this is like that boss from Super Mario World, but hard.
There we go.
Look at him, dude. He's got a unibrow. I swear to God, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog's eyeballs went on his face.
I do love that, like, it just showers you in coins when you beat the boss. This looks so beautiful! Man, this is like...
It's like crazy how much it actually looks like Game Boy. I didn't even use a Pantone. I just
This actually looks like the right... I don't think I've ever seen, like, a properly backlit green, like, Game Boy filter. They have them on certain games, like, what's that Octopus game for Switch?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was, like, a light green.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's the right 4 colors.
Dude, here's what's up. You should mess around with that, Switch Game Boy thing a little bit more and change to the Game Boy filter, because whatever they're doing on there, both on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance, that shit looks good. I have the OLED. That shit looks really good.
I can't remember if the thing I need to do happens here or... You know what? We'll just try. That's first world. I'm going to go to the secret level thing in. Okay. Shoot. It already happened. So, no, it didn't.
Hey, Davis.
Yeah.
Would you like a cheat code to give you infinite lives and money?
No.
You not only cheated the game, but you cheated yourself.
I'm just gonna repeat this because I know I said it to you. Like, people make fun of that, like, quote, but I actually am like, no, it's not like
It's
there's
funny.
always like the try hard. Okay, so I think the change happened by beating it, but it's now
water?
high tide.
Yeah.
So now if you go back and play, the levels have changed and things have opened up.
That's beautiful.
And that is the treasure. Like, I have to find the key, bring it back, and that'll get us our first piece.
That's a beautiful notion. I think more the reason people make fun of that guy is just because of the idea of, like, trying to enforce that on someone else, right? I don't think that's a wrong philosophy. I think that's that's a very, like, pro designer philosophy. Like, I think, like, you care more about what the guy who made the game or, you know, person who made the game wanted to do than whatever your, like, version of fun, your remix of it that you're doing at home.
Oh my god. I'm trying to throw this key without that. There we go.
Like, I agree with it just as much with the same level of seriousness as I do that somebody should not, like, probably Dark Souls was not made to be played with a Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah.
That's about as much, like, vitriol as I have for the other thing.
We got our first treasure.
What is that? The Horn of Plenty?
Yes. A. That's A.
Wario's horn.
Dude, his laugh sprite is hilarious because half of him doesn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't beat yourself up for, you know, being casual. There's just like a... Challenge yourself. Try and be a little hardcore. Don't be like a dick.
There's no stakes to it. There's no stakes to it. That's all I'm saying. There's no stakes to it. Just, like, understand what it means to, like, play a game the way it was designed. Just understand it. I don't care if you do it.
Yeah.
I don't care at all.
Also, once you free yourself of, like... I'll still get tilted, like, in this. Like, Dark Souls games, like, reminded me that death is, like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, like, when I was younger, I would probably definitely be like, I fucking suck at everything! I hate this! And you're like, oh, it's an opportunity for me to get better and learn.
Alex, what's your favorite wing flavor? Mine is lemon pepper. Mine is, like, really good fried chicken and then, like, a really good hot sauce. I don't care what it is. I don't really like to buy wings from, like, a place that has, like flavors, because usually that just makes me sick. I do love lemon pepper seasoning on good ass fried chicken. But I don't really like if there's like a lemon pepper sauce. I'm not into that.
It is killing me that I don't have. Does he have a unibrow now?
He's got like a unibrow that is also a mohawk, but it's not. It's a unibrow and a mohawk. That's fucking. He just looks like a fucking weird goblin.
Oh my god. Hoisted by my own Petard.
Alex, do you have sandals on right now? No.
You got moccasins.
Yeah.
Which is, like, honestly the second most Alex thing to be wearing. Dude, those look so comfy.
They are. Kelly gave them to me. I love them. I put them on even when I'm just sitting at my desk. Look at that. What do you guys think? That's what it is. How about that?
is this?
No Wingstop? I don't love Wingstop. I don't think that's good wings, if that's what you're asking me. It's not... It's so weird. Okay, like, a Big Mac is a good thing. It's not a good burger.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Wingstop.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know, I understand. You know, I eat fucking I like eat terrible chicken wings just like everyone else. I'm not a fucking elitist. But I've tasted.
You'll do like stadium chicken tenders.
I'll do it. I eat at AM PM sometimes. But you know, I've tasted glory now.
But you know that's like not.
I'm here for the art. You know.
I gotta like revisit. I quit the wings game.
Chicken wings are so
years ago.
Fucking good.
Mostly because like I have a little baby mouth, as you know, for spice. So everybody would like in the warp zone and the precursor to that in the college days would love to get like take like the hot wing challenges, and I'm like, I'll just have like the Thai chili.
That's good.
Like, sweet version.
That's good wings.
That's true, but I don't think. Do people think of that as like? Also, fun, you can stick into the...
That is hilarious. How do you even control it? You think he squeezes his butt a little bit and it pushes the horns up a little bit more?
I don't... Oh.
You
just hold it up.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's up with that. How does he do that?
It's physics, dude. Obviously.
Are Nostalgia Hunters and Triple Date Night returning? Yes. They just take a really long time. And right now is not a great time in terms of... Time.
Wee.
Trying to add Jirard back into Beard Bros, trying to do 10th anniversary. You have no idea what other stuff we have planned still for this. Same thing with Ted Quest, still coming. Don't worry.
What is Ted? Why would you tease me with something up there?
What is Ted Quest? Me and Brett are gonna give Ted quests to carry out on his motorbike. And he's gonna get a motorcycle cam and film himself going on these quests.
Oh, I love that. Oh, okay.
Ted is my muse.
I love Ted. Ted, if you're watching, I love you.
Alex Dry Rub Faciane. It's not that I don't like sauces on my chicken wings. It's that like, I take exception to the word flavor. What flavor chicken wings? That makes it seem...
Yeah, flavor in like meat is weird.
It makes it seem, yeah, like, I don't know, like, when I cook chicken wings, I usually make a sauce next to them.
That makes it like a meat product. Like a glorified Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Which, if you like Slim Jims, fine, but
yeah,
you like to think of chicken wings, I'm assuming, as a chicken.
Yeah. I make chicken wings all the time. I just usually also make them with, like, a thigh and some legs and a breast.
Are you on the air fryer train?
An air fryer is just an oven, just with some extra air. I mean, they're basically the same thing. It's like a convection oven with some wind.
It seems like I need to...
It's not bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's just like there's... I don't need it.
Oh, hell yes.
Alex, did you have SSR in elementary school? Hell yes, I did. Silent sustained reading? Of course.
Is that just nap time but read time instead?
It was like an LAUSD initiative as far as I know, where for like the first hour of like first period, or like first 20 minutes of first period, there's like all these books that get dropped off in the classroom that are like actually like educationally substantive that, you know, you like read. And I read all kinds of books. I read like way more books than everybody else because I'm like actually a big reader. So I could like get through a book a week, you know?
Oh, that sneaky boy. I'm gonna get him now.
I used to read a book every day if it's like, we're talking Star Wars.
Yeah, I used to be a voracious reader. Now I'm a voracious audiobooker. But like, if I had a summer reading list, that was like never done until the end. But other than that, if it was like any like fantasy book, the old like Wizards of the Coast, like D&D,
right?
Something dragon. There's like a season. What is it? Dragon or something. Whatever. I'm old.
Yeah, I don't know. I just read the Cyberpunk one for the first time. That was pretty cool.
Which, like
Cyberpunk Red, like the current, like the new version of the game that's like co-owned by CD Projekt Red.
Are they building out like
them and Pondsmith like teamed up to like redo it because he was like already gonna reboot it, I think. Like I read what he said, and he said like I was kind of feeling like all the stories have been told in our world anyway, in terms of like the plot and the lore and like what we've explored. So he kind of wanted to like reinvent it, do like a new edition of Cyberpunk, and it kind of coincided with CD Projekt Red wanting to like partner with him and co-own the IP and stuff. So now they both own it, and he did another book, and it's got all kinds of fun writing in it, and some good like. If you like Johnny Silverhand, there's a great story or two in there that you can read. It's good stuff.
Oh, you dirty B-word.
I don't want to talk too much about Cyberpunk because I'm collecting my thoughts.
And I just started playing it, and I just got to the part where I meet him.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Meet him in a carnal sense?
Yeah. In a cerebral.
Yeah, in a cerebral way.
And we're gonna be gone. Oh hell yes. And we're gonna be gone to England for like which is gonna be fun, but I keep like
Steam Deck certified.
running into things. What?
Steam Deck certified.
Really?
Yeah.
It can handle that?
Apparently, it just got certified. I don't care.
Does that mean like they patched it for that, or?
Yeah. I mean, they've been working on that game like fuck. That game, the state that the game is in now is like nobody would have cared at all if it launched like this. It would have been like, wow, this is like way more clean than a Bethesda game. Dragonlance, says chat.
Dragonlance?
Dragonlance.
That wasn't the name of it.
All right.
Also, look at the pterodactyl dudes. Do they not look like Zapdos or Moltres?
I feel it. Yeah, they have that like kind of Pokemon vibe to them. Actually, those guys kind of look like Pokemon too. I mean, they look specifically like Horsey, I guess. I need to get the Cyberpunk Red Book. I think if you buy the game on GOG, it's like in the game files.
I have a lot of like those like unlocked books and things to read, and I read some of them, but I'm also just like so engaged in the world that I'm like, I'll maybe read up on this stuff later. Cause
I play games like that so slow. To me, they're so overwhelming for like my brain to think about.
Snoop, let's not be that guy.
Snoop, you're like visibly relaxed. Like, don't.
Life is good for you. Right
don't
now.
front, dude.
The rabbit ears like jet turbo power is a great way to skip water levels.
Hell yeah. Somebody said something. What? Maybe I missed it, but what is the significance of this game? It's a 10-year-old promise that Davis made back on our Mario Land 2 playthrough that we were going to play this, and now we're here doing it.
And it's just a damn good game.
It really, really is. It's a beautiful piece of intricate, little, simplistic hardware.
You know what it is? It has the same energy as like a Kirby game, where it's like
it's artisan.
Don't worry too much about game overing or like speeding it. Like experience the game. Like they built out a fun world. Interact with it. Get a little weird with it.
Writing every day for my job has made me not enjoy reading casually. Any hints on making reading enjoyable again?
Read steamy romance novels.
I actually like kind of agree. Like my goal is to forget about should in terms of consuming media. Read shit that's going to be shitty. Know you're going to get something out of it regardless. Like just be a consumer of media rather than like some sort of socialite of reading. Like that's kind of how I did it. I was like, no, if I'm going to read, I have to read this like fine novel that I've been meaning to read for years, not this like stupid grocery store softcover book that I bought from the 80s at the used bookstore about some guy who like has a boat and is a spy and has sex. That's just totally sucked, but I read it.
Yeah.
So much better to just be to try and remove the stakes of reading. I feel like at least that's the problem that I have with reading all the time. I know that's not everybody's, but
like there's stuff that you should do, but like doing things not out of obligation,
there's
but
nothing
out of like a joy and a desire to learn or like experience it.
There's nothing that you
way
should
better.
do in terms of entertainment or like reading. You know what I mean? Like your taxes, voting. Those are things you should do.
Yeah.
Taking care of your fellow
get
man.
some sleep.
Yeah. Taking care of your fellow man and yourself, that you should do that. But, in terms of reading or watching stuff or whatever, just let yourself be the shit consumer that you want to be. Reading is enjoyable as an activity in and of itself, separate from the stuff on the page.
And it's great, like cognitionally.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just like
it really engages your imagination. It lets you enjoy stuff in a vacuum without having to like hear some fucking asshole who you don't know be like every time that I go on Twitter, here's something that happens to me, and that maybe people who don't have a following online don't quite realize like the severity of it. Like, and there isn't really severity to it. It's just something that happens, right? Like, I'll just say like, yo, this rules. I'll be like playing a game or something. Like the other day, I was like, yo, Ghostwire Tokyo, really good game. Now it's on now it's on PlayStation Plus or whatever. If you like Metroid Prime, it's like pretty similar to Metroid Prime in an open world environment, right? That's like what I said. And somebody was like, I didn't care for it. I preferred this other game that's not related. It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, shut up. I think reading is a good way to avoid that just sort of constant commentary on your choices that watching movies and playing video games has sort of become on the internet. Nobody gives a fuck about reading in that way.
Unless you're like doing a Star Wars.
Well, if they
Star Wars book club or something.
Hey, you know what? Nobody thinks those books are good. Nobody thinks those books are good.
That's true.
That's like the fucking, Buffalo Wild Wings of fucking books.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's that they're not good. There's a difference.
Although, don't
be so precious with your preferences.
That's true. I feel like the older I get, the more, like, the concept of good and bad, like, doesn't
It's selfish.
exist.
It's selfish and dumb.
It, like, doesn't exist in the world, in, like, good and bad, it's, like, matters of perspective. So, like, yeah, like, they don't have the best, the most gripping prose or whatever, but, like, if you enjoy it and there's, like, good lessons or things that you can get out of it, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And there's stuff that you can get out of everything. Writers always say that's one of those like Twitter viral types of writer advice is like consuming shitty stuff to like enrage yourself and like develop your own tastes more. Like to be like joyously like that's shitty. It's not amazing to share what you think is shitty and good, but there is value in understanding what you personally think is shitty and what is good and what you enjoy and for what reasons. That is nuance. That's good. But imagining that there's something special about like having that thought, no, that's a waste. That's intellectual masturbation, bro.
Yeah.
This is some hot rhetoric. Yeah, man.
Also, if you want to like get back into it, just highly recommend, or like if you're tired of reading because it's work, audiobook. It's so good.
Yeah, well, I can't read audiobooks, actually.
Well, nobody can, but you listen to them.
I mean, I just can't do it.
I felt like I was feeling guilty. Oh, shit.
It just doesn't...
We're going to come back to this. I just unlocked a secret world. Sick. We're going to come back to Ice World later, because it's
I'm fine with that. It just doesn't let me absorb the text the way... I'm like I read a lot, though. It's weird. It's hard for me to absorb, like, somebody reading.
Yeah.
Podcasts where somebody's talking from their brain, I can follow that fine. I love listening to podcasts.
As a like ADHD person, there's like peril for me on both ends of if it's reading a book, I'll do that thing where I'll have like read a whole page and being like,
I did not do that.
I just like don't remember a single thing.
But here's the thing about reading.
And audiobooks, sometimes I like do the same thing, but I'm like, shit, I was like thinking about something else.
Yeah, exactly. But
so it takes me 7 years to get through a single issue of Power Rangers comics because I'm just like, my brain is extrapolating all the cool shit, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta keep reading this thing.
That's the thing though, no stakes. You can just do that. You can just read at that speed and it's fine. Unless I'm trying to indoctrinate you into comic books.
That's true.
You have to read faster because there's too much to read.
Also, if you want to give yourself a reading list, just allow yourself to not be dictated by it, because
if you want to give yourself a reading list,
give myself like, all right, I need to do this, and then I'm like, all right, I have 100 games in my Steam library that I never even downloaded. I got to play through this. I like create my own anxiety for not doing it, and instead just be like, I may never get to it. It's like a suggested reading list. If ever I'm like, what do I want to read next? Oh, I made a list, but when I like tried to be like, all right, I'm gonna read all this, play this, watch this, read this, and I don't do it, I get like angry.
Yeah, it's unhealthy. It's like It's like toxic masculinity, but for like intellectual. It's like toxic intellectualness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that like my Power Rangers comics are like highly intellectual, but yeah.
But it is. It's like you're like there's a correct way to enjoy this, and I'm failing myself.
Yeah.
It's like what? You're alone.
I just like yeah, like
nobody even told you to read that.
Yeah. Nowhere in our DNA is it like you also have to read this run of Power Rangers or you fail as a human.
Yeah, exactly.
But from what I've read, the like reboot that they did in 2017 of Power Rangers is like tight.
I just accept that I miss stuff when listening to audiobooks because I listen mostly when out on walks, but that's fine. Yeah, that's great. That's a great mindset.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, the thing that like made me just completely not feel bad, like, you know, guilty pleasure about them is I just listened to Stephen King's like the audiobook of the book that he wrote about like writing.
On writing? That's a great book.
And he was like, back in the day, he's like, books on tape are great. And he even paid his kids
to read him books.
Money to record, like for books he wanted to read, he'd give them a tape thing and money, and then he would listen to them read the books on tape. Like I think he said they did Dune, they did like a bunch of ones. So I don't know. That I was like, all right, Stephen King says it's okay. So whatever like ghost I was battling about it in my mind, I don't feel guilty about it anymore.
Yeah.